Okay, I told you guys in a video a while ago that I am still troubleshooting equipment with Zoom because either have something that isn't working, or or what I thought was going to work didn't. I am using a prong collar with him, I think because my mom prefers a prong over the e-collar because she's not that comfortable with it. But I texted Emily earlier this week and I said, the prong isn't working, it's still sliding around, I cannot get it on. Like, I was screwing around with it for almost 15 minutes last weekend, and I was like really, I barely had time to walk him before church. So I texted her and I said, this isn't working, and she shot me a link. It's so funny. She's like my equipment supplier, because she just like shoots me Amazon links for stuff that she thinks will work. And she's like, try a choke chain. And I am one of those people, I was kind of wary of choke chains because you hear them and then somebody yanks and the dog gags. That's not how they're supposed to work. What I have found works for Zoom is if you put, if he has the chain either from a prong or from a choke chain, he barely pulls. Barely. And at least around when I'm walking him around here. I haven't tested this out in public yet, but I'm assuming it'll work the same way the prong does. Because he'll pull, realize he can't do something, and then he straightens out. This is what I got. This is a standard choke chain. And I do not have this straight over his windpipe. A lot of dogs, when people have this on them, it's really high on their neck, and people pull it straight back. So it'll literally choke the dog to get him to pay attention. That's not how I have been using it. I literally have been using it like, so he has pressure on his neck, and his neck is so thick between his muscle and his fur. It actually takes a lot. He just needs a pop. Hang on, let me show where this thing. He literally needs a pop like this. I have this wrapped around my fingers. Pop like this to get his attention, and he will straighten out immediately. And between that and changing the setting on my e-collar, I expect him to go as straight as an arrow the next time I have him out. But this is what I'm using when I'm gearing him up myself. When somebody else, like Dirk, is working with him, Dirk usually brings his own gear. But this is what I'm using. And I will give Emily an update on this. So I essentially steer this by, have him use this like by putting pressure on his neck. Kind of like a horse rein, because that's how horses know what you want and which way to turn. And that's what I want him to do. So that's what I'm doing, is this tells him which way he's supposed to go and if he's doing something wrong. So this is what I'm using, and it looks kind of big, and it would seem like it would be too loose to work, but when I need it for what I need it for, it works really well. Because all he needs is that little bit of pressure, and he usually straightens out. So between troubleshooting what I have been doing and this, it works really well. So I'll get this up with the next vlog. I'll probably actually put this up first because it's a little bit shorter. So, and I'll see you guys in the next one.